It was kind of expected of me to go to college. My parents, coming from such a hard background, coming from Afghanistan, fleeing the war, coming to Iran, and then my dad getting us to the U.S. The sole purpose of that was to allow a better opportunity for his kids to go to school. For me, it was no doubt I was going to college.
When you come from a family that hasn't gone to college yet, that's like the key to success. Like that's the one thing they think you need to make it in the world.
Like I was like, oh, college, like I wouldn't do that because no one in my family had gone before. So I don't know, it's just like it seemed like that was like the dream that was like unachievable, and I wanted to be the one who like, yes, it's gonna happen, you know. I think a lot of it initially was just sort of like, look, I didn't really think about it so much as like, oh, it's the next step. Like, you know, you go to college and you make a better life for yourself than like your parents might have had in like years past and stuff like that, especially being like a first generation college student.
It's intimidating how much people expect me to do what I've always planned to do, I guess, even though I'm starting to realize that things can change, plans can change, but it doesn't mean that I'm any different because of that.
I probably felt pressure to succeed since I was in 6th grade, and my grandmother told me that B was not good enough. When you initially feel that pressure as a student, you freak out. You're like, I didn't ask for this is not what I want. Maybe I'm not good enough, and you have all these fears and questions. But by the end of it, it all works out, and the pressure only makes you stronger.
I always thought that there's no such thing as the college student who like has, I don't know, like bad grades, and you know, I felt like if we were all here, we were all doing well, and I learned that that is not the case at all.
There's always like, you know, that one exam or that one paper where you're just like, oh my god, like that was awful, like that's gonna ruin me. Like, why am I doing this? But there's never, like, a serious consideration, like, I won't make it. Because I've come really far, and, you know, there's no point in doubting myself, because I know I can do it. It's just a matter of pushing through and getting it done.
Throughout my life, I've never struggled with academics until I came to college, and I didn't think that I wasn't going to make it, but I had to pull everything together and step it up and tell myself that there was no other way and I have to do this.
I mean, I feel blessed to be able to say that I am a college graduate, you know, and just like, wow, 4 whole years of like struggle, but good struggle. So
I've become a person that is not afraid to look issues or obstacles in the eye and be like, nope, I'm gonna get over you.
I guess I value things that we get in life even more, because it's the more we find out how hard every single things that we have, how hard they are to get, how we value them more.
Being here, I definitely have my own individuality, and I feel comfortable with being myself, and I think that's been a big change in my actions and in my attitude and in the way that I just deal with certain things. I'm definitely more confident in myself, and that's been my biggest growth over the 4 years here.
I would like to say that, you know, obviously, I don't know if it's just with college or with age, I've become a more mature person. I've become more responsible with a lot of things. I've definitely grown as a person and learned to see different things and value different opinions and just go from there.
I just feel like being a college graduate is opening a lot of doors for me to be able to help people.
After 4 years of working so much and accomplishing so much and just doing all that stuff, that now, even though it is the real world, even though I still have a lot to learn for when I actually get into it, I have more confidence in it. So it's going to feel nice to be able to be completely independent, apply what I learned to what I'm going to achieve, and to still stay connected with the people that helped me to get this far.
There was a discussion over winter break with my family, and they were talking about how they were so excited for my graduation and they were making plans to come out for it. And so, like, I think almost 20 of my family members are coming up for my graduation because they're all so excited. Because I'm, you know, not only the first of my siblings, but also the first of, like, several grandchildren to graduate from college. And so, like, it's like such a big deal and they all have to come see me and like they're all so excited, and it just hit me then that like this is something really to be proud of.
It's just a big deal to my entire family, but I think if I had to pick one person, it's probably my dad, because he knows that, like, he's always been the person that said, you're smart enough, and he's the one that, like, in high school when I was slacking off, he'd be like, will you stop doing that? Like, if you keep doing that, you're not going to be able to go to college. And it's always been him in the back of my mind being like, you're going to college, you're going to succeed, there is no option here.
I guess my mom. Because she's always been there for me, like, through all those, like, times I was like, oh, I have this problem or that problem. And she's always the one that's, like, told me, like, oh, keep on doing this to, like, better yourself so you have a better life than your dad and I did.
She's the only one who, like, been with me since the beginning. She, like, never gave up on me, I guess. Like, even some other people told me, like, oh yeah, she's not gonna make it, it's too expensive to go to college, but she still worked hard for me to finish.
I think that when you go through college and you start, like, the end, I mean, it's not really far away, but it is off. It's graduation is 4 years away. You don't have to really worry about it. But coming into senior year, it kind of all hit me again, that I was graduating from college. And I have made myself so proud and just made my family so proud. So picking up my cap and gown today was when I realized I was a first generation college student. And it feels really good.
I had a lot of people say, you're not going to graduate, you're not going to graduate. In fact, I've thought of putting on my cap, graduate or die trying. Whether it was finances, my sophomore year, you know, I was homeless and they told me that, you know, because of my balance, I may not be able to come back. And so it was really to a point where I called the business office and I begged them and I said, Knox is my home. I have nowhere else to go. My education is going to save me. It's going to save my life. And two or 3 days before school started, you know, I was told that I could come back. I live in California and I took the train for 3 days, you know, just to get back here. Once they gave me the news and, you know, borrowing money from people and, you know, trying to keep myself in school for my future was life or death, you know, that's how important it was.
There have been a lot of times where I felt like I wasn't going to make it to graduation. A lot more this year than years in the past. Like, I've been dealing with stuff with my health and missed 2 weeks of school, and you'll never know how much 2 weeks of school means until you miss it. I remember like talking to my mom, and she was like crying on the phone because I had gotten academic probation. She was just like your dad and I think that you're gonna like drop out, you know. Hearing her say that just kind of made me think like I can't do this to them, and also I'm not gonna do this to myself.
There was a time sophomore year where there was a lot just going on in my life, and I didn't think that I was going to succeed. I didn't think I was going to pass that year. I thought I was going to have to leave Knox and not come back. And one of the ways I made it is just having a strong support system here. Having trio number one sophomore year was extremely helpful, just to get me through my emotional issues and also just my academic issues.
Yeah, I feel like I could go to anyone if I have any issue, personal or like academic or anything, and just like they'll help me and they'll support me, and you guys are always just so fun, and like I just like being around.
Feels like a little family, and like I don't know, I feel so like at home when I come into the building.
Trio has just been a great support in that the school is not going to necessarily give you everything that you need as far as being a minority. And, you know, sometimes we don't know about certain things as far as like loans and financial aid and things like that. And you guys have been like just a great support in walking us through it, you know, holding our hand and taking us through these steps.
Because I guess if I wouldn't have Trio, I would have just like picked classes like a week before like registration and been like, okay, I'll just take these classes and see how it goes. But with Trio, like making that like 4-year plan and like since like day one saying, oh, my senior year, this is what I plan to take.
When I had been having a really rough term in terms of my mental wellness, and I had my last check-in with Steph, and I went in there and I just started crying. I could not hold it in anymore. And after comforting me, she made sure that I had the resources necessary to get better.
It's like a safe space. Like, there's no judgment. Everybody's kind of like on the same page. Just always been this big support group and community that's made me feel welcomed and made my like college life so much easier. So
I liked that I was able to talk with them verbally versus keeping this all in my head, because it made me feel good that I was getting stuff done and I knew I was doing it. And it also felt nice that 1, they were supporting me, 2, they were actually listening, and 3, they gave their own experiences, and it kind of helped me build from that.
One of the biggest things I'd say is my freshman year having a senior mentor, or someone I could talk to, and someone that helped me throughout my freshman year with the steps I had to take.
It was also the support of people who are first generation that really brought me through. I feel like we stick together, and that's just always helpful, and just like motivating each other and getting through the tough spots, because sometimes you don't have anyone else to rely on, or they don't know how it feels.
Without Trio, it would be almost impossible for me to get through college. Like, Trio had helped me a lot, especially I feel like people in Trio understand you, and then the community that it has, I feel like we share the same values and cultures.
I feel like without Trio, I wouldn't be able to say, hey, this is who I am, and really be accepting that something that other people look at as negative is something that I can celebrate in myself.
I've known everyone here for 4 years. Like, Trio's been so important to me, you know, and so it's kind of weird just like, since his end, you know, he did their job.
Like, I just think about it, so I'm like, I have to leave these people soon, and like, that's it, and that's it. But I'm ready for that. I'm ready to like cut the strings, I guess, a little bit, and, you know, just be another testament to like how Trio works in people's lives.
I say this to all my freshman friends and sophomore friends. I always ask them, why did you come to college? You didn't come for boys, you didn't come for girls, you didn't come for drama, you didn't even come for your activities, you came for your education. And it's not that any of those other things aren't important, it's just that that's your top priority, is your education.
To the people that are coming in the future, I would share to them that it gets easier. It's not always as tough as it seems on the outside. Once you do some digging and crack into stuff, it gets a lot easier. Once you're able to ask for help, once you're able to realize you need help.
Use the resources that you have and enjoy the time here, you know, and try not to focus on everything that's going wrong and focus on the positive.
Don't worry about what people think of you. There's a lot of expectations in college. There's a lot of focus on reputations also. And I think that it's important to just kind of let that all go and just be who you want to be and do what you want to do.
Get your work done, set your priorities right, and choose your friends wisely.
It seems weird right now, but like, don't doubt yourself. You're stronger than you know, and you're gonna get through this.
the biggest thing I think is just to talk to people, like use your resources, like Trio, like your advisors, like any, you know, CTL, like whatever you need. If you need something, go get it and go find it. And like someone, especially on campuses, especially small campuses, like they're here to help you along. Like they don't want you to fail.
Everything is gonna be fine. You're gonna make it through it. You're gonna have your ups and downs, but at the end of the day, you're gonna walk that stage and you're gonna be happy, and you're gonna, as much as you hate this place, you love it because it brought you so many great connections, and you know there's so many memories made in this institution that no matter how many times you say you want to transfer, don't do it because you love this place.